I know that a lot of us are just so busy and we might not be, paying attention to what our bodies are telling us. And one of the things I always say is listen to your body when it whispers so you don't need to listen to it scream.
Tired of not being able to fall asleep or stay asleep? Stress keeping you awake? Well, if you've been in the health and wellness space for a while, you will be familiar with CanPrev. CanPrev has some wonderful products to support your body's systems. Today, I have the honor of speaking with one of CanPrev's medical advisors, Caroline Farquhar. We are discussing healthy ways to support your immune system. Sleep and reducing stress all play an important part in supporting your immune system. Have a listen as Caroline shows us some easy stress-reducing exercises, as well as a special fun promotion CanPrev is running right now. So listen up. Today I'm joined by Caroline Farquhar. She is a medical advisor at CanPrev, a proudly Canadian company founded in 2005 with a mission to make natural health simple. CanPrev is known for their premium quality evidence-based supplements. They blend innovation with a holistic approach to wellness. Their formulas are designed by health professionals, trusted by practitioners, and formulated to support people in living healthier and more vibrant lives. I am so honored to be joined by Caroline. She is the registered holistic nutritionist with almost 2 decades of experience in health education. She is passionate about empowering people to make informed choices about their health. She is a sought-after speaker and has shared her expertise across Canada. Her insight have been featured on health websites, in magazines, newspapers, and on TV, radio shows, and podcasts. Caroline taught at the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition and is certified as an energy medicine practitioner, Reiki master, and she holds a degree in psychology. All of this allows her to take a holistic approach to well-being by integrating the mind, body, and spirit. So let's get into it. Welcome, Caroline.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's again my honor. We are going to talk about a couple of topics that are really trending right now, that are really important as we're transitioning from, summer to fall when the temperatures are dropping to winter. So we want to dive into sleeping. People struggle with falling asleep and staying asleep, stress, and the immune system. So as we were talking prior, I've already getting people coming in with sore throats, feeling achy, and yeah, it's not good. So I think the underlining thing is getting good sleep and trying to minimize your stress. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that a lot of it comes back to slowing things down. I know that a lot of us are just so busy and we might not be, paying attention to what our bodies are telling us. And one of the things I always say is listen to your body when it whispers so you don't need to listen to it scream. So if you're feeling tired, if you are feeling run down, honor that. Go to bed early. One of the things I love to do is at lunchtime, I'll take like a 15-minute nap. It's one of the things I can do. I've always been able to nap, and it really helps me to focus in the afternoon. So it's just little things like that.
So when you say 15-minute nap, do you fall asleep okay at night though? Does it interrupt but your body is used to that pattern too?
Yes, it is used to that pattern. I used to blame it on my cat, thinking that it was when I would lay down with him, he would just help me, snuggle up and go to sleep. And I don't know if it became a habit or if that was just my circadian rhythm and where I was just, going through my day and then I'd just get a little tired. I have found out I have an autoimmune disorder, so I think that's part of it now. So it's making a lot more sense to me. But I've been very lucky. I can fall asleep on my own, and during a nap, I can wake up in 15 minutes and still have a good sleep at night.
Yeah, and sometimes I have to lay down my head too, like through the day, and you're in a different world, and it's just 20 minutes, close your eyes, and yeah. But now, with the weather getting colder and it's darker earlier, do you think that's helping people fall asleep a little bit better?
Yeah, definitely, with your circadian rhythm, it definitely plays a factor. We get more tired when, things are getting darker. Parts of our body clock are still not quite, it's like your stomach's like, well, I'm used to eating at this time of day, or, but your brain might be over on this clock. So in the transition time of when we're changing our clocks, it can get a bit confusing. We know that with kids and animals, it definitely affects them, when we throw things off by an hour, either spring or fall. But yeah, I think more than anything, listening to your body. Even when you travel, you're going to have those issues as well.
Okay, so it's getting dark, and like I'm 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm going to bed. And even if I'm not falling asleep, I'm laying in bed and not tossing and turning, but relaxing. And so if I can encourage people, don't burn the candle at both ends, the whatever laundry or dishes or whatever the kids project can wait till the next day sort of thing, but get your rest and like you said, listen to your body and allow it to rejuvenate. But what about, so I said I go to bed early, but what about those people that struggle to fall asleep? Do you have suggestions for them? And it's chronic, right? And they're running to the doctor and they're getting a medication, but they don't want the medication. And especially, and we talked about this, women through menopause as well, the hormones are all over the place.
One of the things I lecture about a lot is sleep hygiene and how important sleep is. It's important to detox your brain, for the next day. And, just like it'll have an effect on your digestion. It has effect on everything. And if you're not getting that sleep, you're creating this deficit. And so I always say, go to bed when you feel tired. If you're falling asleep at 8:30 or 9 every night on the couch, that's your body's way of saying, I'm tired, go to sleep. So that's the first thing. Turn off electronics at least an hour before you get to bed. And even before that, put it into the mode where you're not having that blue light, which is stimulating your brain. For heaven's sakes, don't watch the news before you go to bed or
Yes,
when you eat. That
yes,
is very
yeah,
stressful.
yeah,
So don't do those things. Keep your room a comfortable temperature. Wear comfortable pajamas, have comfortable bedding, a comfortable bed. That's very important. Maybe have some aromatherapies. I find lavender is very helpful for me. Maybe you're doing some meditation, yoga, stretching, things that are just going to relax you and ease you into that. If you're still having those problems, you might need to, supplement. Magnesium's fantastic. It helps a lot. Ashwagandha is very, very relaxing too. So these certain herbs are very helpful. CanPrev has a couple of products that help with sleep. There's Sleep Restore with ashwagandha, it does not have melatonin, and there's Sleep Reset, which has melatonin. So it depends on if you're looking for a product that has melatonin or not. But both of those products will ease you into sleep, which is also helpful if you're still struggling.
yeah. And they're very popular at our location, at our store. Like people love them. I get a lot of good feedback. But here, I can just tell you two things. So, talking about sleep, I have a Jack Russell, and she started waking up anywhere between 2 and 4 in the morning. And that is kind of the time when your liver does a bit of a detox. And so now yeah, I'm so frustrated and I can't figure it out what to do about it. But it's either me or my husband that get up. And so now I just go, I put the blanket over, she sleeps on the couch, and then I go and I just go back to bed. Like I keep my eyes closed and I just, I don't allow myself to wake up. But sometimes I do wake up and I can't get back to sleep, and it's so frustrating. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, like there's things that are beyond our circumstances, kids crying at night or, that kind of thing. But going back to that sleep pattern is, yeah. So, like I said, I'm trying to go 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock is my latest, but you create those habits and even the sleep restore, sleep reset, you have to take it at the same time every night. So, people like one night, 11 o'clock, they're going to bed, 12, 8, they got to be consistent to create, like you're saying, that sleep hygiene And I used to do lavender on a tissue and put it between our pillowcase and our pillow with the kids to get them to fall asleep as well. But here's the other thing I was going to say. So if we're stressed, and this is me as a business owner, and my mind is busy,
Mm.
and it's stress, right? It's like, oh, what do I have to do tomorrow? I got to get this done, I got to do that. And so that's why I have to lay down and just quiet myself. So, a lot of moms are stressed.
One of the things I've getting known for this is what I teach a lot of people in almost every lecture I ever do. It's called VU breathing. And the VU breathing stimulates your vagus nerve, which gets your
Nice.
parasympathetic nervous system going to the rest and digest. So we can do it together if you want.
Yeah, yes, yeah, for
It's very
sure.
easy. You can do it anywhere, anytime. It's free. You can do it with your kids. You can do it in the
Mm,
car in traffic. We both live outside of Toronto. If we ever have to drive into the city, it's something I do in traffic. It's
hmm
something I do before a talk as well.
Okay,
So
yeah, let's do it.
just take a deep breath in and just say "voo,
Mm,
voo."
For how
We'll do it
long?
three times. Three
Okay,
times.
okay.
Okay. Just in a deep breath and out
In
longer than
through
you
your
breathe in.
mouth, in through your
In
nose.
through your nose,
Okay,
and then the VU is out through your
through your mouth.
mouth.
Okay,
And then you do the VU out as long as your breath is going out, but definitely longer than you're breathing in. Okay?
okay, okay.
So, okay. Do you feel more relaxed?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
And the one thing
yeah,
I notice, and you'll notice it on the playback of your video,
yes,
and I notice it every time I do it when there's an audience, is your shoulders to go down.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's a sign that
yeah.
you're relaxing. So
hmm
easy, free, anywhere, anytime. And it really
Nice.
relaxes you.
Yeah,
It can help you to get back to sleep. Even if
yeah,
you're out with the dog, start
yeah,
viewing.
yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll get the dog vooing, voo breathing, so she'll sleep through the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. My husband does this thing when he lays down and he just puts his hand on his chest, like his heart and his stomach, and does some deep breathing when he's laying down as well.
The
Um,
other one is the cross body tapping.
yes,
That can
yeah,
help too.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So we talked about sleep, sleep hygiene. We're talking about stress. Do you have any other, like ashwagandha helps for stress? I think if you get your sleep down, it minimizes your stress and it supports your immune system. So don't underestimate the quality of sleep.
Yeah, that's a huge part. L-theanine, I find, really helps with stress and it works very quickly too. Again, CanPrev as a product has ashwagandha and L-theanine in it. And it's called Adrenal Chill. And I call it a chill pill. It just it again, it relaxes you quite quickly. So if you're going into a situation where, like, let's say you're going into a meeting or you have to do a test, or I've got some pretty intricate tattoos. I use it when I go for my tattoos, and it just helps relax my nervous system. It works for me. So if you're aware that you're going to go into a situation that you might be stressed out, it's a perfect time to take it. GABA is great to take. It's a neurotransmitter, so it again it works very quickly too. So there's things that you can do to help yourself relax, to deal with stress, but also to help you sleep. And relaxing, like, can be going for a walk, forest bathing, being in the forest, being aware of the trees. I am a tree hugger, true and true. I hug trees, and I find that it just it helps me breathe. Even thinking about it helped me relax.
Hmm. So, you know how I explain like L-theanine and GABA? So people come in, they're anxious, stressed, and so I say if you're like thinking a lot, like think, that you want GABA. If your anxiety is like kind of like heart palpitations, you want L-theanine. Am I
That's a great
correct
way
in
to put
saying
it.
that?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
That's a really good way of
because
putting it.
people come in and they say, "Oh, I'm anxious," but you don't know what's going on. So it's kind of a simple way to explain it. And for me, like I do GABA in September, and I'll do it in December. And both are non-habit forming. Like you don't need them all the time, but like you said, you're going into an important meeting or an interview, and yeah, you just need something to settle your nerves. So they're good herbs to incorporate into your lifestyle. Yeah,
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 definitely.
yeah. So the other thing with stress, and the colder weather is stress on our system too, and we don't realize that, like the changing in temperature. So it also affects our immune system. Like you mentioned autoimmune, but there's things that we can do to support our immune system. So, the kids are in school and they come home with these bugs and germs or what have you, and then the whole family is down for the count, right? So we were talking about andrographis, which is a herb that's in one of CanPrev's products, Colpro.
Cold Pro has a lot of amazing ingredients in it. So it's got andrographis, reishi, vitamin C, echinacea, astragalus, American ginseng, and zinc. All of those ingredients we know are good to support your immune system. So Cold Pro is something that I take if I get sick. So and I find that it works incredibly fast for me personally. I found that like, wow, I only barely felt whatever it was, and I was through it within 3 days. And I was like, the first time I ever took it, I'm like, wow, like, okay, I didn't get that very badly. And then it happened again, and then I had the same reaction. I'm like, wow, this stuff really works. And yeah, that's the Cold Pro immune formula. And it's fantastic. It's very, very supportive. And the andrographis in particular, the studies show that it increases the body's resistance to infection by stimulating production of antibodies and macrophages, which is actually protecting. And it contains andrographolides, which are known to possess strong antiviral activity. So this is a good time, even if you want to take, we have an immunomulti, which is a good like everyday, formula. And that's the very first product that was ever developed by CanPrev 20 years ago. And the Cold Pro is something that you could take when you get sick.
Okay. Okay, that's what I was going to ask you if you could take it like one a day, just preventative. But the immunomulti, you can take every day. I have a teacher that takes that one and she swears by it, like she faithful to it. And again, kids, they're germs, you know.
Yes. Well, what you could do is you could take the immunomulti. They're not going to
Hmm.
contraindicate each other,
Yeah, yeah,
but you could take the immunomulti, and then if there is something actively going around, if you've
yeah,
got a classroom full of sick kids,
yeah,
you might want to do the cold pro. You might want
right.
to do it, or you might want to take reishi mushroom or
Yep,
even turkey tail, which is
yep,
really good as well.
yep.
So we have a new mushroom line
I
we
was
just
just going to
came out.
say, yeah, you guys just
Yeah.
launched a whole mushroom line. Yeah.
Yeah, we use the fruiting body, which
Hmm.
is the part that grows above the soil, as well as the mycelium, which grows below the soil, because they both have really good properties in them. So we use them both together.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and mushrooms are taking, people are noticing them now, and they're finally getting the reputation that they should have.
Yeah,
I love all the mushrooms. So,
they're good.
yeah,
Same with
yeah,
me. And we have a
yeah.
multi-mushroom blend, which has 7 different
Yes,
mushrooms in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So it's got quite a few.
Yeah, and this is what I like to do. Prior to our talk, I take a hot chocolate and I'll put a powder. Like today I had cordyceps, so I threw that in with my hot chocolate, and that's how I get my mushroom, you know?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I put it
yeah.
in my shakes in the morning. I have a collagen
Yeah.
shake in the morning. I
Yeah.
throw.
And then, we're talking about stress. Reishi mushrooms is great for stress. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. Okay. So are these like say and this is a broad question in answering it, but immune multi and say the cold pro, if someone has autoimmune and you mentioned for yourself, could you take those? Because they
It
just
depends. I would always
support,
recommend.
not boost.
Yeah, as long as it's not stimulating, like
Right.
some herbs can be stimulating. So
But
depending on,
how would you know though if it's stimulating?
that's the thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
is that it depends on if you're like in the throes of something that is like you're in the throes of your autoimmune, like everything, it's
Flare
sensitive to
up.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, flare
Yeah.
up. Thank you. That's the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Menopause brain. If you're in a flare up, you have to, I would be a little more careful
Hmm.
when you take, especially herbs,
Yeah.
mushrooms, not so much.
Yeah.
But if there's herbs in there,
Yeah.
then you might want to be a little more mindful when you take
Yeah.
it. How are you
Yeah.
feeling? Is it
Yeah.
causing anything? Or is
Yeah.
it more supportive? It can,
Yeah.
like, I find that with my condition, it does support me. It's very supportive for me.
Hmm.
So I don't have issues with any of the ingredients in either of those products.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
good.
talk to a healthcare practitioner. Just be on the safe side.
Yeah, yeah.
Here.
Well, going back to what you said, listen to your body, listen to what it's saying. And then sugar is detrimental. So get the sugar right out of your diet because I don't,
Yeah.
autoimmune, immune, sleep, stress, like, yeah, get that out because your immune system will be so much better. Yeah.
And you feel it like right away, like sugar, alcohol, those two things is like bam, you are down for the count pretty quick. And honoring your body when it feels that way and not doing it, it's just not worth it. Honestly, for me, it's just not worth it.
Well, I think going back to stress too, is like, how do we relieve stress? A glass of wine at the end of the day, right? That relaxes us and it might.
I've got chamomile tea in here.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, and there's all kinds of beautiful teas we can be doing for sure. Caroline, this was a lot to cover, and it's just a tip of the iceberg. There's so many, CanPrev has so many wonderful, wonderful products, and I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. But something very special that you are celebrating 20 years this month, and you have a special going on right now, a promotion. It's like flip the cap or something, flip the silver
Flip the
cap
lid.
contest, flip the
Yeah.
lid. There you go. And so, but it's only on certain products. I think the magnesium.
It's only one, it's the magnesium bisglycinate 200, and
Yes.
it is a specific count. I think it's the
120,
120s.
120
Yeah,
caps.
it's the
Yes.
120.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah,
And so what are the prizes? Do you know? I know there's one 500.
it's $500 of CanPrev products of your choice.
Whoa.
So that's a lot. Now we've got 20 winners. So we've got some people that it's the actual flip the lid. So it's a specially marked bottle
Hmm.
and you find the bottle and then you make sure you look underneath the lid. I'm scared people are not going to look under the lid
Well, they're
if they're
very
not
well marked. They're really marked well. So,
good.
yeah, and when we sell them, we're telling people, yeah, make sure you check or do it now. So I want to see if you're a winner.
Exactly. It's 40 prizes. So it's 20 people
Ah,
who flip the lid. But if you don't purchase something, you can still enter the contest by
ah,
sending us
scanning.
a little essay.
Yeah,
You know what? It's on canprev.ca/contest.
that's right.
Check it
Yeah,
out there.
contest with an S. Yes. Yeah, they
Yes.
can find all
Sorry.
the privacy policies and rules and all
Everything, it's
that.
in there.
It's all there. This was wonderful, Caroline. I'm going to let you get on with your day. And so, stress, sleep, immunity, we got you covered. So, any area that you're finding yourself struggling with, come and see us. And this contest is in health food stores. So, you can pick up your bottle of magnesium there. And good luck to be a winner. Thank you, Caroline. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me.
If you found value in today's episode, please show my guests some love by following them on their social channels. Check out CanPrev's special promotion by going to their website. All the information is in the show notes. As well, I love hearing from you to know you're finding value and can relate to these topics. Here's how to show your love by subscribing to this channel and following me on my socials. For now, take care and stay healthy for this season.